throw in a lot of cement, you take the wooden box away, and that's what you've got. You've got you've got a concrete wall with the biggest bits of aggregate you could possibly imagine. And then you hose it down and brush it and, expose all this stuff. And it's just fantastic. I mean, that stone there must be 2 meters long, if not more. Weighs heaven knows how much. Desert concrete. And the scale here is the scale of the desert. Things are big. The rocks are big. This is a roof truss. That's a roof truss. Then look at the size of the steps. That's about a human. Frank Lloyd Wright wasn't very tall. He'd be about that tall. Look at this. Jesus. This is big. It's cedar wood. You get big bits of cedar in California. And the roof of the complex was canvas because it's hot. You let the light through, the canvas will throw off the rain, and I guess water will drop onto the drawing boards occasionally, but what the hell. A building that's just the colours, the repetition of the forms, the deep shadows, the whole ambience there makes it part of the desert. It's just near Phoenix in Arizona. God. Well, he's getting older, but he's not giving up. He died in 1959. So we're just nearly at the end here. So what you do when you're the world's most famous architect, well, you tell people you are, and it's probably true. And this rich man comes along and says he wants a museum. Do you say, right, Mr. Guggenheim, I'll design this one for you, I'll go and look at the site? Or do you say, oh, here we go, here's one I did earlier, and you plonk it on the table? And I think there's an awful lot of that in here, because you might ask yourself, what has this actually got to do with New York, with the side of Central Park, with this site on a corner? I don't know, but it is sort of fascinating. Has anyone been here? Did you enjoy it? Good. Did you go to the top and walk all the way down? There's no good walking up. It spoils it. You've got to. It's like the National Centre for Skateboarding. You have to go to the top and zip down. It's apparently an art gallery, but it really, I mean, how many art galleries do you know where the floors are sloping? Oh, it's a nice picture of that Mona Lisa. Oh, can't quite tell, it's not straight. And behind the picture there's windows, so you get glare. It doesn't really work as an art gallery. It doesn't matter. I'm Frank Lloyd Wright. I'm the most famous architect in the world. Mr. Guggenheim, this will make you famous. And it did. There's Guggenheim. There's Mrs. G. And there's Frankie. And there's his little model. There's his hat. And there's the model of the thing. Well, that's an earlier model, but yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. But what an interesting way to, in a sense, finish one's career with perhaps the most egocentric building you could imagine. This is object architecture. This is exactly what we now seem to think significant about modern architecture. Well, there's a lesson. Look, timber scaffolding. Don't see much of that these days. And there it is. That's when I saw it. I can't remember when that was, 1980 something. And then the next time I saw it, have I got this right? Whoop! See, something's behind it. Now you see it. Now, whoops, I'll get this right. Now you don't see it. Now you do see it. This is the new addition. It makes a bit of a nonsense of the building on the outside, but actually it does alleviate the circulation problems on the inside. I can't remember who did that, but there we go. It is Frank Lloyd Wright's most famous building, if you're in New York. And you go inside and there's this fantastic spiral form that's coming down here. The emphasis on the horizontal is still there on the outside. We haven't lost that. The building that is, in its way, still organic, a natural form like a seashell, like a conch or something like that, rising up to this great astronomical roof light. So we had these three people, Henry Hobson Richardson, Lewis Sullivan, and Frank Lloyd Wright. Three great organic architects. And that's the end of the letter.